Namaskar. Have you collected all your research papers in the area of your research and you are planning to read it? But you are not getting any clue from where to start. Which one is important? What points are important? Should I read the whole research paper or should I do something else? So, you are not getting any clue, but you have collected a good number of papers like 200 papers, 150 papers, 300 papers as per the area of your research. So, what to do? You don't know from where to start. So, here I have some tips how to start with, and this is out of my experience, and even now I do this whenever I am writing any research paper. So, let us start and watch this video till end and you will be very comfortable and you are going to save at least 20% time of your PhD if you are doing smart work. So, I have written down some points for you so that I don't miss any to discuss with you. So, one by one I am going to discuss here with you how to do the screening and then reading of the research paper. So, initially 2 phases of screening you have to do. First one, you are going to screen the title. So, initially what we do when we are accessing the database, we are using our keywords to search the paper. You feel that all the papers are important, not to miss any single paper. So, we are downloading many papers that is not useful for us. So, what we are doing then? First screening we are doing and we are reading the titles only of that research paper. Here I am considering that you are aware about the term research paper and what is the format of the research paper. If not, then one video is there. What is the research paper? How to write a good research paper? So, I will give you the link and you can watch that video, that will be beneficial for you. So, here what you have to do, you have to screen the title of that research paper and twice or thrice if you read, you get an idea whether this paper is going to be useful for you or not, and if it is not, then drop that paper. Like if you were having 200 papers or 300 papers, so at least 30% papers or 35% papers you are going to drop. Maybe you feel that this is a good number, I am going to drop all the papers, so what I am going to review or what I am going to read. So, it is not like that. So, initially even if out of 300 you are dropping 100 papers, there will not be any crisis of the paper. Still you are having with you at least 200 papers if you had collected 300. So, now you have to read the abstract of that research paper. Abstract, you must have been aware about this. 4 or 5 sections, almost all the research papers are consisting, that is background, and then comes methodology, then come result, and then come discussion part, conclusion part, and in many papers these limitations are also mentioned in the abstract itself. So, you have to go through that abstract, and if you find it suitable, now that is 250 words or 300 words, so you go through it, and when you find it suitable, then only keep it with you and drop others. So, this is about second round of screening, abstract screening. If that is useful and suitable for your area of research, then only keep this with you. And then see the look into the keywords. Keywords are also there just after the background, abstract. So, why keywords you have to look into? So that you can understand this, if their synonym is being used in other research papers. Other authors have used some synonym of your keyword, like for social media, many are using digital media, many are using new media. So, number of terms are being used. So that you come to know through these keywords. And then comes the background part. So what you are doing in the background part? In background, don't read from the starting, because initially we are just writing the broader area of our research, and then comes the narrower one. So don't read all the background, just come into the last paragraph, and what you have to do, know the relevance and the research question, what research questions they are going to answer through their studies. So in background you need to study, you need to read the research questions and the objective, if any objective is mentioned there. All are not mentioning the objective, so that is as per the format of research that journal. So only know the relevance and purpose or research questions what they have answered in their that particular study. And then comes the methodology part, what methodology they have applied there, what is their approach, like is this qualitative or quantitative or mixed method report, and what design they have applied, like exploratory one or descriptive one or experimental one or any other. And then what research methods they have used, what are their data collection tool, what is their sample, you must look into the sample, what is the sample, what is the population where the study has been conducted, and you will come to know through that sample. And then comes the data collection tool, what they have used, is this any scale that they have developed and used to collect the data, or was there any scale available. So what for what variables they have used any particular scale, so you can get the idea of variables as well or the concept as well. And then comes the data analysis tool, what data analysis tool they have applied here, so that you need to know through their methodology part, that is called materials and methods they have used. And then comes the result part, so you know briefly that how they have answered their research question through the result, what is the answer of that particular question that they had mentioned in the background part. So what are the answers, here the result section is carrying the answer of that result question. So here you can go through the table and figures through that is very visible one. And then comes the discussion part. So discussion part is mentioning the uniqueness and importance of the study through their result. So they are analyzing the result and comparing their study with the previous one, and they are referencing and citing the earlier literature, how this work is unique from others previous studies and how it is important for this knowledge domain. So you must notice that what are the reference, which study they have cited there, and must see the reference of that study and try to search if there is any paper that you have missed, because this is your first round of reading of research paper. So if you have missed any literature initially, many times we are not able to, we are not so much aware about the collection of literature and where to access, so we are wondering so from where to get. So in discussion part you get that reference, take that paper from the all the details from the reference section, and you also try to fetch from the databases. That is very important paper, and this study is mentioning the uniqueness in comparison with that paper. So that is important one, this is going to be important for your study as well. So must take the note from the reference as well. And then comes the conclusion part, you must note the advances this study has made on that particular topic. So they are mentioning the advances they have made. And then comes the limitations and suggestions for future researcher. This is very important section for you. You are knowing the limitations of that particular author and that you can apply in your study. So that you have to understand, and there are also suggestions for the future researcher, so that also you can study to understand that what you need to do, what are the suggestions by the previous authors for you, so that can be used. So this is the initial screening and reading of the research paper. So what we are trying to find out after reading this, while reading these research papers, we are trying to find out the research questions, and then the methodology, and then what are the variables, what are the samples that have been used, and what are the data collection tool, and what are the analysis tool, and what were the uniqueness and importance, and then what the advances they have made, right. So one by one you go through the research paper in third round after first and second round of screening, and you will find that in a few days or after a few 1 or 2 or 3 months you have done all your literature review and you have finalized your research question. So this was all from my experiences, what I had applied and what I have been applying even now, and I hope this is going to benefit you as well. And if you find this video useful for you, please like and subscribe and press the bell button so that you can get next video whenever I am uploading it. Till then, bye bye, take care, happy reading.